You ever feel like you're at war? Me and Uber is at war with this pine stump right now. Well, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Well, I've been out and about pretty busy today. I've actually went to Lowe's, Harbor Freight. I went to a camper store and also took Margarita out to lunch today. We went and had some really good pizza. But I had to go pick up some supplies. One of my big problems is that right there. Let me go ahead and take this top back and we'll talk about it and tell you why I had to go get another one. All right, we got the top done. Now this right here is a Predator 4550. And it's a pretty solid little generator, but I had some issues with the last one that I had. First, the pull cord broke on me, so I had to fix that. Then it started shutting off randomly here and there. And then the last time that I shut it off to fill it up with gas, I couldn't get it to crank again. Now this generator is only about 3.5 months old. And I thought for some reason I got the extended warranty on it, but I guess I didn't. So I went up to Harbor Freight yesterday whenever I went to the dentist there. And whew, let me tell you, they taxed me at the dentist $700. Whoo, good Lord, that's a lot of money. So when I went to the dentist, I stopped back by Harbor Freight and asked them, did I have the extended warranty or when does the warranty run out? And they told me 3 months, and checked, and I was like a week late on that. But the lady was extremely nice, and she said, look, I work until 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you can get here by then, I will exchange it for you as long as you buy the 2-year extended warranty on this one. And so I was like, yes, absolutely. That's about $150. So now I got a new one. And if anything goes wrong with it for the next 2 years, I can just take it back to Harbor Freight and get a new one. Now this right here is very important, because this right here is the main source of power for the homestead. I have a 9,000 watt Predator that is like $1 gallon an hour to run. It's just way too much money. So I don't run that very often unless I need to run that sucker right there, because that's 220. It takes that big generator to run it. And I also have a smaller one that's a Win 2250, I think it is. And that one does really well. It's just not strong enough to run the air conditioner whenever it's so hot here in Arkansas. But the weather is starting to cool down, and I haven't had to run the air conditioner like the last 2 nights, because in the evenings it's been cooling down a little bit. So I'll be switching back to the smaller one here soon to save money, because that one will run about 18 hours on 1 gallon of gas. So Whew, with the way gas prices are right now, yeah, I could use some of that. But we're gonna get to this here in a minute. I also went ahead and got 4x4 pressure treated 12 footers. And the reason why we're parked over here by the well is because this right here is going to be part of the well house / solar room. I've already got all the other material that I need to do the framing for the roof, and I also got the roof metal as well. And we're going to be starting on this project here real soon. So I'm going to go ahead and unload these 4x4s right here for the time being. We still need to dig up this big old pine tree that we cut down on the last video that y'all seen. If y'all haven't checked that video out, go check it out. I am actually very proud of that video. It's a really good video, I think. And it was me and Simple Life Reclaim out here cutting down all these big pine trees around the cabin, the shop, and this well right here. Epic video, epic times. I appreciate all your help, guys. But now there's still more work to be done. I gotta dig this big old sucker up. And this one right here is going to be the biggest one that I have attempted so far. But it's got to get out the way, and I don't have the money for a stump grinder. So I got to dig it up with Uber. It definitely can be done. It's just going to take a little bit of time to get it done. And I got like 5 of those that I got to do. But this one right here is the main one. This one's in the way of starting the project. And fall and winter is coming, and I need to get this pump house built for this pump. That right there cost me almost $8,000, and I'm not trying to destroy it within a year, so I need to get that built. So let me go ahead and get these unloaded, then we'll get the generator set up. And if the weather hangs in there, which is not looking good, you can see dark skies, you got light skies, and then it turns dark. If the weather permits, I'm gonna go ahead and start trying to dig up that stump as well today, but who knows? It's been raining in the evenings here lately. But I do know I need to get the truck unloaded and get this generator up and going. Oh, we're gonna go ahead and get this generator set up. It comes with some extra jets and seals and stuff for the carburetor. As you can see there, change out the jets. Ooh, got some water there. Comes with a cool little bent funnel. It's gonna go right here where the oil is. It goes like that, so you can put it just like that. Works out pretty good. Now, one of the problems I was having with my other one, when I was running my air conditioner and like the air fryer or something like that at the same time, I'd have to shut one of them off, because with this little 20 amp breaker right here, it would always reset it and it couldn't handle it. So it also has a 30 amp one. So I went to the RV store and I actually had to get 2 different ones. I got the 30 amp in, and it plugs into this other one that gives me the 110. So hopefully that'll fix that problem, being that it'll be a stronger breaker. All right, let's get some oil in this thing and gas and get it plugged up and get the cabin back running operational again. All right, I put about a half a quart in. We're gonna go ahead and check it. Definitely want to take your time and make sure you don't cross thread that plastic. Yep, see, it's about halfway there, so we'll add about another quarter quart and check it again. All right, we got the oil done. let's get it on the ground, get some gas in it. Plug up this 30 amp plug in it, hook the extension cord up, and fire it up. Woo! You hear it? You hear that wallet getting smaller? Come on! Now these Predators do have a red ring right here. And that is so you don't overfill them with gas. If you overfill them with gas, it causes a vapor lock issue inside the generator. And that'll also make it not start. I actually learned that the hard way. And the funny thing is I actually had a subscriber mention that on my Come On Keeping It Real channel whenever I told them about this generator. Speaking of Come On Keeping It Real, if you have not joined Come On Keeping It Real yet, that is my side channel. It's more of a vlog channel, a behind the scenes of kind of why I make the decisions and the issues and problems that I face living this kind of life. So it's really interesting. I do it 5 days a week. The videos are typically anywhere from about 10 to 18 minutes, somewhere around there. And I also give some kind of behind the scenes and little sneak peeks of projects that's coming in the future. So you definitely want to go subscribe to that. So I will put it right here, and I will also put it in the description to make it easier for you guys to find it. Now let's get back to getting this generator cranked up. We need to make sure that the fuel is turned on. It looks like it's already on. And right here is your choke. You can pull it out once, and that's kind of like a half choke or a full choke. Being that this has never been ran before, we're going to go ahead and crank it up at full choke. And we're not going to put a load on it right away whenever it cranks up. We're going to let it warm up and kind of break in a little bit before we put a heavy load on it. Right here is your on and off. Right here is your EC or ESC throttle. And basically what this is makes it where it'll throttle down and run a lot lower to save fuel when you're not having a big load on there. First pull. As you can see, with no load on it whatsoever, it's pretty quiet, especially for a generator that's kind of open case like that. And even whenever it does have a heavier load, it's not too bad. As you can see, the cabin's not too far from here, and I don't hear it at all in the cabin. All right, I'm gonna go hang out and check the hummingbirds out for a little while because they're out here playing today. I believe they're in migration right now, so a lot of them's here at the cabin. We got over like 12, I think, that's playing that I've seen today. Beautiful colors, it's cool. It's one of the reasons why I love it out here. I love just kind of sitting back and watching nature. Good morning, guys. Well, the rain messed us up the other day and I wasn't able to actually finish what we was working on, so we're going to pick that up this morning. It is a beautiful morning. You can hear the birds chirping. Listen. Sounds so amazing. It's a beautiful morning. It's probably only 60 or 72 degrees right now. It's gorgeous. Me and Eclipse has been out here since daylight. Been hanging out. Say hey, everybody. Tell everybody hey. It's funny, me and Margarita was out by the fire pit this morning and it was just at daybreak. And all of a sudden a rabbit comes like 3 foot from our feet running wide open, and Eclipse was right behind her chasing her. Eclipse is fast, guys. Fast. But we got to get that stump dug up over there by the well so I can start that well project. And then we got to clear out this section right here to bring that mountain view. That's my 2 big goals right now. what I'm trying to do is get everything that I need to get done with the backhoe. That way I can take the backhoe off and start using some of my 3-point hitch stuff. Once I clear all of this out, I'm gonna need to box blade it, level it, and also in the back, right over there, I need to put some food plots in because, it's almost hunting season. And I missed it last year living in the city, and I'm not missing it again. So I got a lot to do, guys. But as y'all know now, as of the live last night, this will probably be about 2 nights afterwards now, by the time this video comes out, I am now officially a full-time YouTuber, which is going to free up a ton of time here at the cabin for me to be able to get these projects done. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready to get water inside the cabin, a bathroom, get solar out here, and just get a little bit more creature comforts out here to make my day-to-day a little bit easier and more efficient. But it ain't gonna do itself, so let's get old Uber Crunk up and let's get at it. Come on. All right, now that we got the tractor set up and ready to go, I went ahead and put the bucket of the tractor right beside the stump because I wanted to give y'all a little bit of scale to show y'all exactly how big this stump is. It is by far the biggest one that I've tried to dig up with Uber so far, and these pine trees has got a real deep tap root, so it's not going to be easy. And also, I got the well pretty close to it. So I got to be very, very careful when I'm swinging that bucket around because that right there is $8,000 and I ain't trying to replace that. But I tell you what, it looks beautiful back there. Look, America. But as you can see, the backhoe is a pretty good size here on the Mahindra. It's a 4550. Good size. I believe that's about a 16-inch bucket. And look how big that stump is beside it. It is definitely going to take some doing to get that out of the ground. Let's get at it. All right, guys, we're making progress. I knew the root system to this pine tree was going to be pretty big, and it is. Let me show you guys. I'm sure the camera's not going to do it any justice, but there's a ton of roots already. Look at that. It has got a serious root system. And this right here looks like it might be the taproot. I might have got lucky and the taproot is going to the side instead of straight down, but it is pretty thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig this area out right here about the same distance, and then I'm going to bring the tractor over here. I'm going to move this out of the way and then dig this way and see if I can pop that taproot off and lift up on it. And if it is the taproot, it should start tilting that stump right there, and I'll be able to work it out. In theory anyways. We'll see. Let's get back at it.
Tunes and homemade booze, but it always goes too far. Shooting pool, crack a jack, take off now and don't look back. But hey, don't you wanna play? Hold on, sugar, why you look so sad? Come on now, mama, ain't nothing here so bad. You got fast cars, movie stars, party on down the street with Mary Jane, good cocaine, plenty down there to eat. You can double down, throw some dice, you can take off now, don't think twice. But hey, don't you wanna play? Baby, come on. Tell me where you wanna go. But baby, I don't work down there anymore. No, I don't.
You ever feel like you're at war? Me and Uber is at war with this pine stump right now. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. Huge root systems everywhere. This is going to take some time, but we're making progress. I had to stop, reposition the tractor, and Uber is hungry. She needs some diesel, so we're going to get some diesel in there and get back to digging. But I wanted to show y'all. That right there is what I thought was the taproot, and it still might be. But there's another big one right over there. We are definitely digging it down. We're going to win. But boy, look at here. It is putting up a fight. But Uber, she's up to the task. Let's get her filled up and get back to digging. Now you would think they would put this at a much more convenient spot, but they don't. Now tell me that this right here isn't a big old joker right here. I'm 6'2", and if I stand up right now, the ground is to about my hip. So I got this about 4 foot deep right now. But this joker right here, look at this. This sucker is big. But that's okay. Me and Uber, we're up for the task. Just gonna have to work at it for a little bit. I've been going for about 2 hours right now. I'm thinking it's probably gonna take me about 3 hours, 4 hours to get this thing out of the hole. But I don't have the money for a stump grinder. It would be nice, but a little time, a little effort, a little getting it with Uber, we can make it happen. If I was out in the kind of the middle of a field or something like this, I would dig it out like this and I would put all the branches and stuff inside here and just burn this stump out. But being as it's right here by the well, I'm gonna have to dig it. All right, guys, just got back from eating lunch here at the cabin. Margarita made me a casserole yesterday. It was phenomenal. Only problem was it was so good it was hard to get back out here to get to work. It's about 1 o'clock and the sun is shining. Look at that beautiful sky. A lot of people's been asking me whatever happened to the famous umbrella off of Uber. I still have it. I actually just installed it on Uber because I'm just sitting here in the sun right now. Still digging this big old hole. We're gonna dig this side out right here, probably about 5 foot like we got the other side. And hopefully here soon, this stump will actually start loosening it up a little bit.
Working on that old steamboat, learn to rise. When my feet have touched dry land, how happy I did feel. Been saving every penny for to make up through the fall. Working for that dog, but it never acted up at all. Coming around the river bank, the old train will sing. The very next thing you hear could be the top of the porch. Well, come this time tomorrow, reckon I don't know where I'll be. But if it wasn't for that old sheriff, be back in Tennessee. Playing cards, crap games, not looking for a score. If I ever get back home, I'll never know no. Country girl, be quiet and slow.
Woo, it's hot out here, but you got to love the power of Uber. Check that out, guys. That stump right there is huge. I'm going to give y'all a close-up look at it before I pull it out of the hole here. It's going to be a little tricky to get that out of the hole because it is massive. Look how big this is, guys. I jumped in there on one of the thumbnails you'll see and stood beside it. And it is taller than me. And I'm 6'2". That joker right there is big. It's almost as big as Uber. Look up underneath. Still has a bunch of rocks and stuff. This right here is going to be tricky. It's all that Uber wants. But when you get it to that point right there, you're on the down stretch. So let's go ahead and finish this up. It's been a war. It's almost over. So my plan is to leave it up here like this and then come around to the back side right here and start pushing all this dirt back into the hole. That way it fills it on up. It can't come back this way, and then I can come in from this way and push it out of the hole. I should be able to drag it or lift it up just high enough to get it anywhere on the property that I need to. That's the theory. It's a game plan. It ain't a set plan. But I do think it'll work. I have taken out a big old pine stump like this in Florida with a much smaller traco, one of those real little small ones that you rent. And it's kind of the same thing I had to do there. It was way too much weight for the traco, but I filled the dirt in behind it and I was able to get behind it and push it out the hole. So let's hope it works. Let's get after it. All right, guys, once again, Uber has paid for herself. I cannot believe I got that big old stump out the ground. Whew, it was a hot one today though, guys. It was definitely a hot one. But we made it do what it do. A big shout out to the big sexy. I already got her backed up for the next job. This one right here is more of a hardwood type thing. So don't let the small size fool you. It's got one heck of a root system. But let's look what it turned out like. I'm still gonna have to put the bucket on later on, smooth everything out. Might even have to bring in a little bit more dirt, compact it real good before I start building in this area. But it turned out pretty good. I was actually able to get it pretty level with the grapple on there, using it kind of like a rake. But it turned out really good. And of course, after all the work's done, the foreman comes out here to inspect the job to make sure that I done what I was supposed to do. I tell you what, guys, she's a tough boss. She's a tough boss. She cuts me no slack. It's funny, every time I do a project, she kind of hangs around and watches. And then whenever I shut the tractor off, she comes out here and walks it, make sure everything's done properly to her specifications. How did I do, Eclipse? Everything good? Do I still have a job? I believe she's gonna let me work another day. I'm so glad that I got this done. It opens that whole area up right there. And when I get that other small stump done, it will give me plenty of room here to build my pump / solar house for the cabin. The cabin looks good in the open sky, doesn't it? Looks so good. I'm so happy to be full-time YouTube and being able to work on my property every day now without the stress of not having enough time to get everything done and working myself half to death. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure that you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video because we are about to start getting it in here on Come On Homesteading. We're about to make that a dream cabin in the mountains. So until we see each other again, guys, hey, come on, let's go on another adventure.